This Bitcoin drop is probably among the largest traps I've ever seen, as well as, in the video update for today, I'll be providing proof for this based on what has historically occurred earlier and more crucially, what will be occurring soon. Therefore, I'll be speaking regarding this. The most crucial tiers on Bitcoin to keep an eye on at the moment, the Detect Bitcoin ETF movements that have higher sales more than $200 million in withdrawals. And it's only demonstrating how foolish spot ETF money is cash. I'll be discussing this with my commerce as well as numerous other crucial items I should talk about in this video since Bitcoin is collapsing and I need to discuss it immediately. And I will be more crucial to discuss why I consider this to be a serious threat. Hence, don't forget to give that another slap. Back above 1,000 likes on the like button will be very grateful for it. And with having stated that, allow me to dive right in. Here, too, there was a huge red candle. And then on the FOMC day and the following day, we recovered, and once more, we're witnessing a big Bitcoin's red candle, and in precisely 11. In the coming hours, we will have the form rates are probably going to remain unchanged, but individuals are overly eager for these declarations, and most likely when it's released and we observe once more how, oh wait, things are not as horrible as they appear, we tend to utilize the rebound once more. So I believe that this tweet was incredibly crucial one to talk about, because yes, allegedly each and every time, we can tell that this screen is the FOMC, declined previously, and if this were to replaying the scene, we may perhaps currently seated at the bottom, but one thing is certain, and that is each and every once the FOMC has occurred, only once. We have observed a notable pump in 2024. Afterwards, will we do so once more? Observe a different pump later today or perhaps starting tomorrow, which is naturally. The query we must be confirming that Bitcoin is, in fact, trading with a huge waterfall design. I believe that things are real. If I'm examining the 1 hour time period, the chart is not at all promising, especially if I'm examining the 4-day period that we fell even lower than my crucial green box of support that I discussed in yesterday's video. Due to this helpful green box is the degree that matters the most to me. The entire trend, as a result of this formerly offered substantial assistance and resistance here as well, a lot of resistance and assistance, and yes, we hardly ever broke beneath it. But as we've just seen as well, here, we recently experienced an incredibly little pretend to be on the lower side, and we're now continuing to hold above the level. Therefore, I continue to think that we are looking okay in this location. But yes, this is clearly not something you would actually like to observe this. Yes, Bitcoin is breaking through the green support box and then seem to be done with him, but is still trading above it at the moment. Thus that continues to appear decent on the within a 12-hour period. We're once more trading above this crucial point, correct? Nevertheless, as of right now, we're still holding above the threshold, but I don't genuinely enjoy seeing those candle closes below that crucial threshold of support, since Bitcoin is now truly in a highly perilous situation in the market. Thus, should we truly verify the now, break below this range, okay? Most likely the major support target after that, because Bitcoin is $64,000, you know. And the one good thing that we are witnessing right now is, naturally, that we will once more be witnessing. That from repeats history, thus fascinating to observe and fascinating to be making this point here. But essentially, like I indicated in the video from yesterday right now, we're in this big phase of consolidation on the daily time frame correctly. Therefore, we're incredibly combining here. As you can see, we produced that, we made the head with that left shoulder. And we're currently developing the appropriate shoulder, but should we rupture beneath the green box that I covered in earlier episodes on numerous times in the past, if we dip below here in this box, we are shattering the upward trending arrangement. We're going to break this prior resistance that currently, that FOMC repeats history, thus fascinating to observe and fascinating to be making this point here. But essentially, like I indicated in the video from yesterday right now, we're in this big phase of consolidation on the daily time frame correctly. Therefore, we're incredibly combining here. As you can see, we produced that we made the head with that left shoulder. And we're currently developing the appropriate shoulder, but should we rupture beneath the green box that I covered in earlier episodes on numerous times in the past, if we dip below here in this box, we are shattering the upward trending arrangement. We're going to break this prior resistance that currently changed to assistance, and if we drop below that, a new will be confirmed. Naturally, the trend that Bitcoin is possibly going to decrease, and I won't hold back if we go below the green box. Take aback that Bitcoin might appear everywhere. The descent to the range once again before repeating the subsequent action, thus in sequence, want Bitcoin to marginally remain optimistic that we should cling on to the green book available in stores right now? And it's also quite intriguing that last week records were broken in the sport. Bitcoin ETFs, and the market is now moving reduced, and outflows are once more being seen. We've seen this a lot in the past, and this essentially validates the fact as well that ETF money on the spot is truly those institutions are financial practically selling immediately. The Bitcoin is decreasing, and they're purchasing millions of dollars as it starts to rise. So quite fascinating to watch, but of fact, all that's seen is an ever. So a little decrease in comparison to the influx we had been here last week, and most of in reality, the fluxes originate from Bitcoin, and naturally, that is typically the fund from which Bitcoin appears to be flowing, so that is definitely fairly typical to be observing, and perhaps not so awful in my viewpoint. But I do wish to be mentioning that we did manage to sell a $200 million withdrawal from the cryptocurrency game ETF. So what am I doing with my trade? Intending to undertake next, as I'm still keeping it open since I haven't attained my take-profit goal. And currently, my trading strategy is as follows, that I intend to examine this green box here. In case we descend below, I'm leaving my current profession. I will receive approximately $100,000 in profit, and I'll simply sign for it. But if Bitcoin continues to rise here, still extremely more likely that we'll just keep going greater because a lot of people are at this time worried that Bitcoin may drop in value. The attitude is terrible here, as you can observe the FANG changing for the worst. But I do want to be highlighting the reality that still much of the liquid is lying down above us, and although the market is now appears to be less optimistic, but we can still likely witness that significant reversal again upward. So I'm going to hold on to this transaction. Open until we might possibly breach below the support's green box, or if we reach my make money target, and if you feel that way, I would also like to trade this. Be sure to examine it, include the link. An explanation of today's video since guys. Create an account. If you're otherwise, you may use this link right here to presently receive a $200 trade-in bonus on Ethereum or Bitcoin, and all you have to achieve that. Place $100 into your 7 days in advance, and you can it's really easy to claim if you so choose. Earn $200 free on Buyid. Be sure to create an account by clicking the following link. Additionally, this deposit bonus will be finishing with a rough idea of what it is like, therefore be sure to check after 5 or 6 days. Quickly, as time is of the essence. Here. And as soon as you lose this deposit bonus any longer, you are unquestionably will be lacking out as a result of this. Almost like receiving free money, and naturally, if you wish to be improving your dealings in cryptocurrencies, be sure to look into the cryptocurrency trading instruments where you can genuinely find the smart bot and the currently active top signal that is unquestionably likely to support you in your trade experience, similar to what I'm utilizing for myself. Additionally, at this moment, we're seeing that there is still a significant decline. This is a sloping trend that I highlighted a long time ago, and it's still incredibly important regarding Bitcoin, and we truly violated the Bitcoin's upward sloping support line, is currently breaking lower, and I desire to be making a serious point about that green box, which I discussed on these other temporal intervals. In my opinion, this is among the most crucial payment levels focus on this spot right now. So yeah, as long as we maintain that position, we appear to be in good health, and the most significant opposition is what we will be approaching. If the price of Bitcoin